I did my balancing and requests, and I've asked for what I want. Guidance for not only myself, but for others this may resonate with. I'm a translator from the wordless, languageless, universal state. It isn't always perfect translation because I have my limitations of vocabulary and understandings of the world as it exists now. And it's mostly about frequency. Gosh. Peace. It is I. Okay. That spotlight just burned out. Poof. Okay. Back towards finding the frequency again. Fascinating. Thank you for this opportunity to feel and be the beauty, the grace, to actualize it instead of keeping it distant in language, distant in concepts and ideas, thought. To be it now. Ah, ah, ah. Bringing this out into the light of day is a mutual intention. Bringing this from the hidden, from the mystery, into a bold presentation of actual love, actual beauty, actual grace, manifest in human form. These new frequencies, we say new because they have not been active within this configuration of body, mind, spirit. For these frequencies have the potential to simply fry your belief systems, fry your mental orientation, and fry your physical bodies, because the distance is too great. Adaptation is not possible because of the perceived difference between who you are now and the truth of your capacities, your abilities, your power, your knowing in human form. So there is a gradual introduction of different kinds of consciousness that by their very nature, by their very existence, they are changing the collective consciousness in the direction of a more relaxed sense of self, letting go of fearful definitions and adapting to more loving definitions or graceful definitions of just what humanity is. It is a time for many of rude awakening, and we use this term and we direct this communication to those who are more resistant to adaptation beyond what they know and what they have always known. Some of you are quite resistant and quite judgmental, for that is simply another version or versions of fear. when these frequencies begin to activate, to flow into your reality as it is now, there will be many, many, many humans that will interpret this through the filter of fear and victimization. When in fact, it is simply the reintroduction of love, universal love. And because humanity has adapted so well to limitation, the reintroduction of love into your reality will be quite frightening. For it is foreign, and you have all been witness to what human consciousness is currently doing, relating to the idea of foreigners, people that are not like us, people that do not believe as we believe. There is a great deal of strife and turmoil, domination, victimization. Some is overt and some is covert on your planet. This is a time when each individual human will have an obvious choice to react to love with fear and resistance, to return to limitation and pain, and the belief that you are not connected to that power and that love and that grace. You have that choice. You also have a choice to open and welcome and receive and recall the frequency that you are and that humanity is. And on an individual level as well as a collective, the opportunity in these coming years is to adapt to the fullness, wholeness on earth. So it is important, very important, to develop and strengthen your instincts at this time. And what is instinct? It is knowing. Those who are operating more from their natural state, their natural selves on earth, will have more instinct available to them. They will know who, what, where. The answers will be there, not necessarily in thought, but in knowing. In these changing times, there will be many humans out of balance. And will you then resonate with that and be influenced by that and fear that? Identify with that? Or will you identify with the truth of who you are and the strength and the power and the knowing of this and the instinct that guides from this? These changes will seem to come on gradually, and then they will accelerate. So this is why we say instinct is the most important gift or ability to activate. It is important that these tools and practices are implemented to strengthen your instincts and your knowing. You may accelerate this by joining together, having speaking sessions where each of you speak out loud the truth, whatever you are feeling. There is magic that happens here for those who are willing to be honest. Do you know that in these coming times, in order to ride the wave, this powerful wave of transformation, you will actually have to have your capacities and your knowing in place, not in image, not in an idea of what you would like to be, but who you actually are, and owning that. And do you know that is where the greatest resistance and greatest fear is? It does not seem logical. We are aware of this, but it is true. The ego is very clever. In all of the creative ways that the ego provides to resist the truth of who you are, it is only your willingness to realize in any given moment and to request that you adapt to your natural state. It is only one conscious moment where you might say out loud, I recognize that I have been acting out of fear and that I am resisting, and I'm willing to be present now and to access the truth in this presence, this present moment, and to be guided from this access point. For the present moment is your access point. It is the grounding for your connection to universal law, universal consciousness versus your worldly consciousness, your worldly conditioning. For this is the shift that so many speak of now. It is the shift from the worldly, from all that you have been told, to accepting all that you know. And there is help. There are tools, there are practices that will assist you now in accepting this and staying in form. There is no right or wrong way, but many of you chose and were rather excited about this transformation on earth at this time, the transformation of human consciousness as well as the transformation of your planet and your solar system. There is new light approaching. And the boundary lines will receive so much light that they cannot be seen or perceived anymore. Your tiny compartments of consciousness will be completely illuminated, and there will be no more hiding places. There will not be the convenient categories to place your consciousness. It will all be illuminated. And that is a big adjustment. So beginning now, recognizing that things are changing, and will be changing in more prominent and obvious ways in these coming years. Now is the time. For many of you, you will recognize this message and this call, that beginning now to accept that this is occurring and be willing to be a conscious participant, not only in partnership with you and Creator and your universal network of consciousness, but also with other human beings, in community, in support of each other. For none of you will make this transition alone. All of humanity make this shift, this transformation together. This is what we have to share for today. And we, as a universal consciousness, coming from a universal perspective, cannot contain ourselves with joy. Why would we want to? We want to assist you in letting go of the walls of containment for joy, peace, abundance, grace. Good day.